Today, we're not talking about that beauty. We're talking about this beauty. No, not me. This MSR gear. And of course, out of all days that I picked to do this video, it's 60+ degrees. I'm breaking a sweat here. So how I ended up with this MSR gear is, well, it's plugged on YouTube just as much as Insta360 and Quad Lock. And this time, I fell for it. But do I regret it, or am I pretty happy with it? Before we get into how the gear performed and what I think about it and stuff, I want to talk about the sizing. And as you see, I did get the pants and the jacket here, and just straight up, just looking at it, you can see these pants look like those Jankos you had back in 1997. But I do prefer baggier pants, especially when I'm riding, because once you get on your bike, your legs are going to tighten up and you don't want to feel like you got skinny jeans on. I am right at 6 feet with an inseam of around 34 inches, and I weigh around 180 pounds with a well-defined dad bod. But the sizing of them, I wear a size 34 pants comfortably, usually pretty loose, but with these, I had to go with a 36, usually because when I ride, I like to tuck in a shirt or a sweater or whatever underneath there to prevent that wind from coming up. And the size 36 is spot on, very comfortable, not falling down or anything. You got plenty of adjustment with this little snowboard type binding clicky deal right there. Again, it's not pinching me when I sit on my bike. It's not cutting into my gut or anything. Very comfortable when I sized up. Now, as far as sizing of this jacket here, as you noticed, it looked a little bit slimmer than the pants is because I sized down of what I usually get from my jackets. I usually get an extra large with my jackets. I like a little maneuverability and like to put stuff underneath it. But with this jacket, I actually went with a size large. When I go on the highway and I ride for long distance, I cannot stand when my gear starts flapping in the wind and slapping against my arm. I cannot stand it. And with this large, it's right in there. It's locked in. It's not too tight. But if I did put 2 layers, say a sweater and a lightweight jacket, or say if you went 2 sweaters underneath this jacket, it did get very tight, and especially in the arms, it got even stiffer here, which I'll talk about that in a minute. And that's where I want to talk about with performance at first is the airflow. There's plenty of vents. You got them right here on your arm midway, then right down here by your forearm, and then you got 2 vents on the back. It flows really nice. Of course, I'm just standing still right now, so I'm getting a little bit spicier, so it does break that wind. 1 layer underneath at around 30 degrees, I was perfectly fine. And going right down to the pants, as you see, I got this vent open here. I got these vents on the back leg here that open up super long, and then you have these pockets up here. And the cool thing about the pockets is it's the mesh inside there as well, so if you want a little more airflow, you can pull those zippers down also. Now, neither of these, the pants or the jacket, have those zip-in liners as far as the pants or the jacket here. But again, slap on a pair of jogging pants or sweater and you're perfectly fine. And as you can see, that inside is really nice lightweight mesh. The outside is quite heavy duty. So as far as the airflow of this gear, it is absolutely fantastic. And that's saying a lot with someone that lives down south where the temperatures get 100+. Again, the airflow comes right through this. You feel that nice breeze. It doesn't balloon the back like a lot of other gear, so you feel like you're wearing a parachute. It really stays in there, and same right along with the pants. So you might be curious on how this gear performs in the rain as well. Well, luckily for me, I have not had to use it in the rain, just a mild sprinkle, and it's been phenomenal like that. Since I haven't used this gear in the rain, I'm gonna go on and let my wife spray me down with the hose. She's probably gonna have a lot more fun with this than me. So as far as water prevention on top with the jacket, as you see, I got this wet mark right there where I had my shirt tucked in, but that could be because, again, I was busting a move over there when I was getting sprayed down. But again, nothing bad at all, nothing on the arms. What I'm more curious about is as far as the pants. This feels quite weird doing this on the camera, right? But anyways, let me go on and get these all the way down. That's down by my boots. I don't feel any water on me at all, or nothing inside. So as far as the waterproofing, I'm very happy with the results. Again, I've only used it in a light drizzle before, and again, I've been perfectly fine. Not soaked by any means. My hands are wetter than anything, but the great thing about these is, again, everywhere where those vents are, or even up top, everything overlaps everybody. Even right over here with these vents, or down on the bottom by the pockets, over here on all these vents, everything seals up and goes over each other multiple times to prevent that water from seeping in. Really happy with the waterproofing results. Now let's go and talk about the build of this gear, because when you're spending some pretty good money, you want to know how it's built, and again, is it quality? And as I mentioned before, this gear is a little bit lofty. You don't feel it so much when it's on you, but again, in the hand, you can definitely feel that weight. Now it does come with some pads, and I'll show you those in a second, but more importantly, whenever you put this on, and you've probably been hearing it just kind of crinkling around here a little bit, and you've heard other people talk about this. This gear is stiff, and I've got probably around, I don't know, maybe 500 to 700 miles on this gear. And again, you can see right going in like that, I feel it dig right into my arm. It is very stiff, even after that break-in period. I mean, It's not plush and cozy by any means, but it goes right along with what I was talking about before, how it breaks that wind. It's not going to flap around on you. Me personally, I'm willing to take that trade-off. Now, when we go on the inside of this gear, which is the same as the pants, talking about that mesh liner that I showed you, again, being very lightweight, well, you got this pocket up here, which you can see the threads are already pulled from it. So the inside is very lightweight, but you got tons of pockets right over here on the side, the two up front here, again, the spot for your back pad, and then on the back here, you have a spot to throw in your little water pouch. And that I absolutely love, because I hate riding with the backpack. I was using the Camelback backpack just to get a quick sip. I just don't like riding with a book bag strapped around me. It's so cool to be able to put your water pouch in here. You got that back pad in there, so you're not feeling that water pouch on your back. It's just a fantastic combination. Now, some people kind of like those zippers on the back that will zip the jacket to the back of the pants. Me personally, I hate them, because then whenever I bend down or something, it's just making them extra tight on me. But again, with how thick and heavy it is, you really never got to worry about any of that flap up. So now let's go ahead and hang up the jacket for a bit and talk a little bit more about the pants. We already talked about the venting, the cool little strap they got right here. I don't know if I mentioned these Velcro ones right here, so you can make them even tighter. And then again, you got your pockets. Now, when you're looking at these pants, as I move around, we already talked about them being baggy, but you're seeing a lot of different fabrics. It's real heavy duty fabric back here where you're going to be sitting, which is all on your tuchus, and then right over here on the outside, so if that's where your knees are going to be if you fall or something like that. But then on the inside, you got like this leather lining right here, which is right where that heat's going to be as far as riding on your bike, kind of gripped in there, which is real nice to have, because usually your boots right there against your bike, you're going to create that initial wear. And also, speaking about boots, if you can see on the back side, I got these buttons, 1, 2, 3, and I can cinch it more around my boot so it's not flapping around down there. The other cool thing is, if we undo that, you can see I can unzip it, and then it's going to slide over any boot. You slide your boot on nice and easy, zip it down, cinch it down, and then button it to whichever level you like. But also with the pants, like we mentioned with the jacket, again, they are stiffer, but you don't feel them as much because they're not right up on your arms. Again, this entire gear is a stiffer set. And that brings me right into the protection, or the pads that are implemented in this gear. You have these little foam little bitties that are really light that go right here on the hips. And let me tell you what, these things are the most uncomfortable things ever. Number one, they stick out here, then you can't bend your leg. Absolutely hate them. And that brings me right into the other protective pads we have that are going to come over on your elbows, and then the ones down here on your knees. Now, going online, talking about the knee ones, with again the pants being a little bit baggier, is sometimes you catch your knee pad off to the right or to the left. It doesn't really stay locked in position. It's even a little bit lower sometimes, and they're very easy to get out. Again, with that little lightweight mesh, you just Velcro, bam, slide them out. And talking about the arm ones, this was the one that got me really annoyed. Again, the jacket, talking about a little crispy or a little bit tighter right there. When you put these in there, they are so annoying. This pad is super stiff. It really is. Now, they're thick, so they're going to give you some protection, but I took mine out. I actually used my Alpine Star, the little rubber mesh padding stuff they have, and it's just a lot more flexible, a lot more lightweight, and a lot more breathable. And that's what I used in the jacket. As far as the pants, I will still use these because, again, the pants are a lot looser and you don't really notice them that much. But again, they're not a perfect ergonomic fit. More annoying than anything. Now, before we get to the conclusion of the pant and jacket, would I recommend them? Am I happy with my purchase? I want to talk about their heated gloves, as I now have a complete MSR set of gear. Again, it's not sponsored. I have no affiliate links or anything. Again, I was sold by the many YouTube videos just like you guys out there. So just giving you my honest feedback. And talking about these gloves, they got 3 heat settings. You got this battery inside here, which you do feel on your arm. It's kind of annoying, honestly, but you need that for a heated glove, right? As far as cinching, they go bam, right there, super easy. You can pull them out. Again, very easy to operate. And as far as the fit, whenever you slide them on, I mean, they fit really nice, but they are, again, a little bit baggy. So if you're trying to control a mobile device, you kind of got to search for that good spot on their finger. They are very comfortable, but me personally, when I'm riding a bike and I have gloves on, I want something a little bit more snug, where I kind of really have those controls and I can feel all of my buttons perfectly. These feel just like the rest of the gear, maybe a little bit looser than I would prefer. So I use these in 30-degree temperatures, which is usually the coldest it's going to get down south here. And believe it or not, these did not work. Right down here where it's cinched in the middle, air just kept coming through. Up through the stitches on the front, you felt that on your fingertips. And after 45 minutes of riding, my fingertips felt numb. The other times when I've used these around 40 to 50 degrees or something, some of you are probably like, who needs heated gloves when it's 50 degrees? Well, again, down south here, we're not used to that stuff. And these were perfectly nice. It was like that nice comfort. You put it on that low setting right there, get on the high or whatever, put it in there, you got a nice, comfortable feel in that glove. But anything below that, they were completely worthless, and I can't recommend these. Would I recommend them? Am I happy with my purchase? Would I buy them again? And yes, yes, and yes, but that is not me saying this is a 10 out of 10 set of gear here. It is not. Again, through this video, I had plenty of cons. Again, it's falling apart with that pocket inside there. It is a little bit stiffer. The sizing is a little weird, and it's not incredibly cheap. A lot of people want to call this budget gear. It is cheaper than some of the other stuff out there, but it's also a lot more expensive than some of the other stuff out there. This whole set will run you right around 500 bucks. I believe right now it's on sale for $450, so it's not cheap by any means, but I do feel like you're getting your money's worth. I feel like I got my money's worth, and yeah, I would buy this set again. So thank you so much for coming by for this video. Not talking about bikes, talking about gear. I feel like we all kind of put gear aside, whether that be boots or anything. At least I always have. I'm like, nah, let me get that set of tires or those crash bars before I go buy gear. But again, I think the gear transforms your riding experience so much more, just giving you that peace of mind as far as protection when you're on the road, or again, that comfort when you're on the highway or stuff, where if you fall or something, we all put that stuff behind us. We're just buying a cheap old jacket or going out with jeans. Again, something like this, you're investing that money into your protection rather than just your bike's protection, which we're all spending money on. So again, I hope this video helped you out. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to catch you on the next adventure. Bye now.